How do you move from zero to becoming a hero? Welcome to Inspire Adetunji once again. Today, I'm going to be talking to us about from zero to hero. And what I mean by this is this. How do you move from point A to your point 100? The zero is the position that you have at the moment. This is the beginning of the year 2025. What's the position? Where are you? And then how do you move from that point to the goal that you've set, to the desired end, to where you want to see yourself in 2025, December? Financial freedom, I believe, is what a lot of us seek. Everybody want to be financially free. Everybody want to be financially independent. And then when you look at people that have become financially free and independent over time, it's not that they are special people. In fact, the fact that someone has achieved something is an indication that all of us can achieve them. It's an indication that you yourself can achieve them. But the critical part of it is having a plan to move towards financial freedom and independence, from zero to becoming your own hero. Of course, other people. The first critical part, or the first critical step towards financial freedom, is the fact that you must understand that you have to control your expenses. In fact, it is not how much you earn that matters or that lead ultimately to financial freedom, but it is how much you are able to save within that amount. For instance, if someone earns 1 million naira in a month, and then your monthly expenses is 900,000, how do you think such a person can become financially free? Take another person that earns the same 1 million, and then the person's expenses is 1.1 million. That person is already in deficit. Now imagine somebody else that earned the same 1 million, but the person's monthly expenses is 500,000. Which of them, of the three people, do you think you want to be? I'm sure all of us will talk about the fact that we want to be the one who's able to save 500,000. But the critical thing in each and every one of them, the three examples, what they are able to get is a function of what they are spending. The first rule is that you must control your spending. You must reduce your spending seriously. But we find out that a lot of people, there's a principle in life that expenses rise up to meet income. What does that mean? If you are earning 1 million and then they increase your salary to 1.5, you think you have more money. But believe me, what happens most of the time is that that person is not able to save any money more. Because the person thinks that, oh, my income has increased, and then they increase their lifestyle, and that's doom. There's no way you can be financially free or independent if you do not control your expenses. So look at your finances. Look at things that maybe you waste money on. Look at things that are not necessary. And believe me, some of these things are things that are not singly expensive or much or big. They can be little, but when you add them together over time, they become a lot. The second rule that I want to talk about is that you must pay yourself first. If you do not pay yourself first, you cannot become financially free. And when I say pay yourself first, what do I mean? You know, a lot of people tend to think that, oh, I collect social salary. Is my salary not my own? But believe me, the reality is that no, your salary most of the time is not your own. Because from your salary, you have to pay for food. From your salary, you have to pay for transportation. From your salary, you have to save towards your rent. From your salary, you have to do a lot of other things. So, is your salary really yours? That is where you must set it as a rule that no matter what, I must pay myself first. And then paying yourself first is setting a target. You may start with 5%. You may start with 10%, or no matter what you start with, but keep increasing it. And say, whatever I make when I receive this salary or when I receive whatever income, I'm going to pay myself first. I'm going to pay myself that 10% salary. So when you receive your salary of 100,000 naira in a month, no matter how hard it is, the first thing that you remove out of it is that 5%, 5,000 naira, and you put it in your savings account. When you put it in your savings account, you then budget on the remaining 95%. And remember the first rule, which means that you must reduce your expenses. If you follow that rule, you find out that the 95% will be enough for you to carry on throughout the month. The third thing towards financial freedom is investing. Now, you have paid yourself first. You've taken this money, the 5%, the 10%, the whatever percentage, and you put it in your savings. But your savings will never make you rich. What will make you rich is investing. So you don't keep that money in that savings. You take that money and then you invest it. Investing can be in different form. You can invest in stock. You can invest in real estate. You can invest in Bitcoin or whatever you have the appetite for. But the most important thing is whatever you are investing in, make sure you do your due diligence properly. Make sure you do your inquiries. Make sure that it is also in line with your own risk appetite. Some people are ready to take a lot of risk. Some people want to manage their risk and then they put their money in, or their investment money in risk-free investment, whatever you're comfortable with. But the most important thing is that your money must be making money for you. When your money is making money for you through investing, then that leads me naturally to the other thing, which is creating passive income for yourself. Creating passive income means that you have income that do not necessarily require your presence or your input. Let's say I wrote a book and then this book was written 1 year, 2 years ago, and the book is there, and then every month this book is giving me 100,000 naira. That's passive income, because I do not need to rewrite that book every month for me to be able to get that money. Let us say I create a content and then this thing is on YouTube and the YouTube is monetized and then YouTube is paying me money every month for this thing when people watch it. I do not need to put in any other input. That's passive. It does not require my active involvement for me to be able to make money on it. So you must then now create passive income for yourself. And there is no limit to the number of passive incomes you can have. But the most important thing is that no matter how small what that thing is generating for you, believe me, is much more important than your active income, because it does not require input from you. And the world is so advanced nowadays that there are a lot of things that you can do on your own. There are a lot of things that you can create. There are a lot of things that you can do even without your outside of your 9 to 5, outside of your daily active job, And I encourage us to look at any legal mean to be able to generate more income for ourselves, more passive income. Because if you're working on or generating other active income that has to take your involvement, believe me, there's a limit to how much you can generate. Because if you trade your time to make money, your time is limited. So the function of what you're going to make will be dependent on how much time you're able to put in. Everybody knows this saying that we must strive for our money to make money for us, to work for us, rather than our time to be making money for us. Because you cannot use your time to make money. Yes, at the beginning, when you're trying to build wealth, when you're trying to get financial freedom, you use your time to create money. But as soon as you are able to generate that money and have that money, then you use that money to buy back more time for yourself. Because time is a limited resource, but money is not limited, it's unlimited. So you must create passive income for yourself. I believe that this is not something we can exhaust in one talk, in one discussion. And before we do another session on these, I want each and every one of us to comment on these. Maybe tell us your experience, what you have done, what you have learned, and others can also learn from us. And then I want us to ask more questions in this regard. And then these questions that we ask, or this thing that we need elucidation on, will form the basis of other point, because there's still a lot of point towards our journey towards wealth creation that I want to discuss with us. But I also need our participation so that this can be engaging. Thank you so much. Welcome to Inspire Adetunji once again. Like, share, and follow us on this journey.